Cool. So welcome to Choosing Killer Studio Samples for 2022 with Mark. So thank you all for joining us today. We've got a bunch of sample products that we can show. We'd love to know if there's anything that you particularly would like to hear about or any products that you would like to see. But basically, Mark's going to go through with us how to choose your samples for your space and why. So basically, we're going to talk about which samples, how to sell them, how to price them, etc. So with that said, Mark, I thought a good question to kick off would be, what would be the one sample to get first?
The easiest sample to get first would be an album and a portfolio box. The Espresso album, the Timber portfolio box, which is that one and that one. Because you don't need a wall, you don't need a studio space, and whether you're a studio photographer or a location photographer, you very easily be able to put them into your car or have them on display, and they don't take up any wall space. So if you had to choose something, this is what you would do first. When you do choose an album or a portfolio box, make sure it's a session album that you plan to sell, not a range of images that you like, if that makes sense. Like, you've got to help the clients to imagine exactly what they're going to buy.
So if you shoot babies, for instance, you suggest doing one photo shoot of that baby and family as opposed to your favorite images out of your portfolio.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. We've got a couple of other I've got some samples here as well. So this is an espresso too. But basically, because we're just talking about which samples today, if you have any specific questions about the products, feel free to ask me either throughout in chat, or you can ask me later and we'll be able to assist with that further specifics, like, album covers and sizes, things like that. And we can definitely help out there. So I think if you reckon that that's the best, especially if you're traveling, it's nice and easy to get around. What would be another suggestion if you wanted to get a piece of wall art? Would you suggest getting one piece of wall art? Would you suggest getting one of each style, as in acrylic, canvas, etc., or would you suggest getting a collection, and how to go about selling that from your samples?
All of the above. so look, I guess when you're choosing your products, thanks Danny, I just got that. When you're choosing your products, you need to make sure that you've got a range of products that your clients like, because there's going to be products that your clients kind of dislike. So when you have your price list, you need to make sure that you have one of the 5 different options that you can do. One option, hey buddy, I was waving at you. One option is that you've got your boxes and albums, right? Call that option A. Because some people love the story of an album, and it's a whole family shoot within the story, and you've got all those little kind of moments that is awesome. And then you hear the other argument that I hate albums because I've never looked at it. I haven't looked at my wedding album for 10 years, and I'd rather something on the wall. So the other option with A is a portfolio box. Portfolio box is like the modern kind of take of an album, because it's something that people can still have a desktop kind of product. Whoop, it's upside down. A desktop product where you can take out the prints and they can frame them themselves and all that kind of stuff.
Sorry, just to cut in there, Mark. Garth was just saying, could we turn it on speaker view so that you're the main one everyone can view? Is it showing on Mark at the moment, or is it showing on me? Because I'd love if you'd be able to see. Okay.
So press the 3 dots and you go spotlight video.
3 minutes. Sorry, I'm very new at this. Do you know how to put yours on the main one?
Oh, I just unmuted myself. No, because you are.
Here we go. Remove spotlight.
Yeah, you'll just remove you as a spotlight and
there
now
we
you
go.
spotlight me.
Thanks,
Am I
guys.
good, everyone? Yeah, totally. Yeah,
That's better.
close-ups of everything.
He's much better to look at than me.
Awesome. All right, so product A. So you need an album and a portfolio box. So the espresso albums are great for that. The grand espressos are great for that. You've got your timber portfolio boxes, or you've got your I don't have it. You've got your small little print boxes as well. Option B is your individual wall art. So now you need to choose wall art to suit your style. So whether you've got a canvas and a boxed canvas and a torn edge and the wood prints as well, which is really cool. Or you've got your metal prints, which are also really ace as well. Like, you need to choose your wall art collections, your wall art products, and be able to sell those individually. Now, sometimes you go, well, there's just so many to choose from, isn't there? There's just so many. Like, do I really need to have 6 different types of wall art? Short answer, yeah, you do. Because it's easy. Like, you don't need to complicate this. Canvas in a box. It's really simple. It's the same product. One is unframed and one is framed. Your normal frame on this side, right? So normal standard frame or a torn edge kind of frame. It's the same thing. Like, it's really not that hard. The only big difference is, or you've got your metal print. Thank you, Kelly Box. Your metal print, or your metal print in a box. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about such different products here. So really, you've got your canvas in a box, your frame with a torn edge, your metal print, the metal print with a box, and your wood print. They're your 4 key products that you can sell. Once you've got those 4 key products, then you go to option C. Now, option C is taking individual wall art and selling them as wall collections. Exhibit A. Thank you, Melissa Eldridge. Right? Because what you've done is you've chosen your products of what you want to sell. Then you've got your wall collections of what you want to sell. And BPro has all the wall collections there for you and all the templates and stuff. Then you got option D. And it's like, how many options are there? There's still a few, so just hold on, right? You've got storyboards. And storyboards is all the images in a frame. Because you'll find that people will look at that and be like, oh, too big, is it obtrusive? Anyway, too big, it's too in your face. Like, I'd rather something that's not so in your face. So I'd prefer to get something like a storyboard, like this one over here, where I just need one hook, one frame. It tells a story within there. All right. And that is a really cool thing. And E, so there's 5 different options, is your desktop products. It's all your small stuff. It's the stuff that the grandparents want to buy. It's all that, I call it E for extras, because it's things like this, where you've got your metal print on a little stand, which is awesome. It's the good old acrylic tiles that you guys, the Lumi tiles that you guys have been selling forever, which are really unique and cool. Or it's the newly designed little framed little family pieces too, which is really cool. So all of these little items are extra things. Same is with your mini espresso, which is the small version of your album. So I guess what I'm trying to say here once you've chosen your products, and BPro, there's BPro products everywhere. Once you've chosen your products, you need to be able to sell those 5 different categories, because someone's going to walk in and they're going to look at this big wall art and go, oh, I can't have something like that on my wall. It's just weird. I'm an album person. Then the very next person walks in and goes, why the hell would I want an album? I'd much prefer something on the wall that I would kind of see it. In this case, when you've got an array of products and options, I don't care what you like, just pick one. There's something for everybody. If you want an album, get an album. If you want wall art, get wall art. If you want a big storyboard collection, get a storyboard collection. If you want to get single images with different products that you can move around, I can get that for you. What you don't want to do is not have a product just because, oh, I'm not really an album person, so I don't like to sell albums. I don't really like the portfolio boxes because no one ever buys them and I don't really like them. And it's like, sometimes you will sell what you love because that's just how it works. You'll sell what you like the most. But it doesn't hurt to have a product on the side and someone might come along and pick it up and spend $2,000 with you that they weren't planning to.
When, if you are traveling and you don't want to take a whole bunch of products though, it's good to know your demographic, and you would all know that by now anyway. For instance, there's a chance that you might not take a large acrylic print if you're doing like a country style shoot for a really country farmhouse sort of home. You might kind of stick to more of the wood prints, canvas frames. But apart from that, yeah, it's good to have options because everybody is different. Everybody wants something different. We had a couple of questions. I wouldn't mind if we just go through. The first one was, I've got small samples of wall art. However, I always get asked to show wall art in specific sizes. How do we get around this?
So if you are showing them through software like ProSelect and Fundy, you get the clients to take a photo of their wall, you superimpose their photos to the size that you like. If you don't have a big wall space, what we used to do years ago, who's old enough to be years ago? Anyway, years ago, I'm looking for the old people here. Years ago, we used to get one photo live. You used to get one photo and they used to print it like 6 times on an 8x10, 11x14, a 20x16, a 20x30, and a 30x40. And we used to print it on this little thin foam core kind of style. And you used to be able to just put it on an A-frame and all the sizes sit in the one spot. And if someone goes, what size is it? You don't have to get all your big expensive products and go, this one's a 20x30. It was just a really easy way to go, that's this size, this is this size. We used to do it ages ago, but the beauty now that ProSelect and Fundy, you just press a button and you can project or you can show the size on the screen, and it's easy to do it that way as well. So, but if you don't have that software, I would get that print pack. So yeah.
And if you're not up to that, you could always do what I do in the studio, keep a tape measure handy at all times. Yeah. But then you can show them on the wall exactly how big it will sit. That's the last case scenario there.
Exactly.
Awesome. Cool. We did have another question, and it kind of goes with what you were saying about adding the mini products. So I know you like to use that term, would you like fries with that? And yeah, the question was, do you add these add-ons and only sell them after they purchase a collection, or do you sell them whilst you're kind of selling the rest of your products?
Oh, look, it's a bit of both. Like you don't, let's just say you don't plan an entire photo shoot for the one 7x14 acrylic tile. If you're planning an entire photo shoot for one little desktop kind of product, something's gone wrong, like really wrong. Yeah, like that's a lot of effort for one little thing. What you plan for is the wall art, the albums, the collections and things. The desktop products are more of an afterthought. For they're your grandparents' things, they're the upsells, they're the would you like fries with that, all that type of thing. So yeah, it's a after, but there's no condition. There's no like, you can only buy these if you get one of those. Like, you know, you don't go into McDonald's and buy some chips and they're like, sorry, you can't have chips, you have to have it kind of with a burger.
That's awesome. That answers the question. I think the other thing which you've kind of already covered in a way, talking about it's best to kind of have one of everything, but objection handlers. So if you've got someone who says, you know, oh, I like that canvas look or whatever, but I just can't put something that big on the wall, or I'm in a rental, so I can't put nails in the wall, but I'd love something. And I guess that's where having a range comes into play, so that they've got those choices.
Yeah, exactly. Like you might not be able to do a big wall collection, but you could do a storyboard and it just takes one nail.
Yeah.
Like there's, you know, if you're in a rental and you can't hang something, that's why you've got your display boxes where you can sit something up and they can see it straight away. Like there's ways of getting it around it, similar to actually the new product. If you've got the new stands there for the new albums,
yes,
is that instead of the albums being put in a box, the albums are on display.
Yeah, and I'll quickly show them because not everybody here would have seen them before. So I've got them behind me. So we've got these, I don't know if you can see, these new album stands. So they were quite asked for over the last couple of years. So we've gone ahead and done, there's a large and a small. So this is just one of our little Bambino albums. So that's really good, especially if you have it for a gift. They're all made, handmade in Brisbane. They have like Tassie oak and something else. I'll get back to you on that. But they've got a little stand at the back, so they sit really nicely. And then there's the big one as well, which is really good if you're selling an album to a customer. Can you guys hear me okay from over here?
Yeah.
If you're selling a album to a customer, it's a really good add-on, because a lot of the time, I know my mother-in-law, she has a wedding album and it's sitting in a box in the back of her wardrobe somewhere. And some people don't like to keep a wedding album as a coffee table book because, you know, either they don't have a coffee table space or it's just not for them. So this is another really great way to do a would you like fries with that, because they can put their album on a buffet or somewhere, you know, like that, even on a coffee table. It allows people who are coming into their home to like look through the album without, you know, handling it too much. And it's a really good way of displaying the album in the home as well. So yeah, they're pretty new. And if you want to have any more details about those, just send us an email later and I can send out that information. And also, I'm sure you guys do all know, but just in case, we do offer a 40% discount on all Studio samples apart from the espresso albums. So again, if you wanting to take advantage of that, just send us an email. The only criteria we need is that we'd like your logo or name on the product somewhere. It can be small, it doesn't have to be a big one. And you literally just put a discount code in when you're ordering online and that's it. So it's really easy. Cool. I have another question from Garth, which is a good one, especially if you are kind of getting a range of samples. What about choice paralysis?
Easy. Garth, can you turn on your mic? Come on, Garth, let's play a game.
Yeah, Mark, sure, go ahead.
Hey, Garth.
Hello.
Do you prefer to have wall art, or do you prefer to have something on the wall or something on like an album or a desktop?
Yeah, Yeah, good question. I actually, my price list is structured that way. So yeah, you do have your desktop.
No. I'm not asking what your price list is structured. I'm asking a simple question. Do you prefer wall products or do you prefer albums and boxes? Wall products, perfect. Do you want something more kind of modern, like a glossy feel, like a metal kind of style, or do you something more earthy, like a wood print or like a canvas?
I'm more of a canvas man.
Awesome, because that canvas come in two options. You can do a canvas without a frame or a canvas with a frame. What do you prefer?
Right, I see where you're going.
Ah, yeah, cool. Exactly. So not to be a smart ass, but no, you know me, Garth, and I know Garth really well. It's just one of those things, like, if you break it down to what they like, it's easy to not be analysis paralysis. If anyone has children, which a lot of us do here, you don't ask, what would you like for dinner? Or what do you want on your sandwich at lunchtime? You were like, Emma's laughing. Do you like jam or do you want peanut butter? Which one do you want? Jam. Great. Done. Choice made. Similar with your products. It's the same kind of scenario. You'll find, and when we get to designing Danny's studio, it's the same thing. People are going to walk into your space and they're going to gravitate, and this is the whole purpose of choosing the right wall art and studio samples and collections. They will naturally gravitate to what they like. How many people, and you can do a show of hands with the 20 people that I can actually see, have clients walk to something straight away and at some stage they're like, oh, I really love this. Yeah. I don't care what this is. I don't care whether it's a wall collection or an album or a box or a storyboard. They will gravitate towards something that they like. And then you just talk about what they like. So in terms of analysis paralysis, like choice paralysis, it's like people generally have an idea of what they like in the first place. So yeah, cool. Tegan, do you want me just to keep on going?
Yes, sorry about that. I was just answering Rachel on here. She was just asking about, so BPro has some text on the website, which you're obviously welcome to use. But some products don't have it, and not all have like the guarantee, etc. So I will actually send this out. We should promote it more, but we do have something called a support hub that has answers to most of those questions. It's a really, really good tool to have. And it's got videos of how to hang wall art, which all of it you can share with clients. It's got images of what some of the back of these products look like. It's got answers on all the warranties for all the products. It's got quite a lot of information. Most questions that you would have would most likely already be answered on this. And if it isn't, always feel free to pick up the phone or send us an email. But I will send everybody a copy of that link along with the studio sample discount information at the end, so that you can have a look through, and you can literally just type your question and the answers should come up along with a bunch of related links as well.
What we might do as well, Tegan, is I'll give everyone a gift of the online product tour that I've got, which is going through all the different kind of products, where all those descriptions are also, but there's a video with every product. And then what I do is go through holding all the BPro kind of products, going, you know, this is the box, and we talked about the features and the benefits and how they work and why they're good and how to sell it and how to talk about it as well. So awesome. we'll organize that part up.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we should share our support link more often, and that is something that we intend on doing. So definitely we'll send that as well. All right, so I do have another question for you, Mark. Yep. That is, how many images do you want to sell? So that can really determine what products you end up selling. So i.e., if you're intending on selling 30 photos in your collection that you offer, then you may need an album, which is basically you can fit 30 images into an album or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, look, it depends on what you shoot, how you shoot as well, and your business model. Like a lifestyle photographer would sell an album 99% of the time. That's their primary kind of focus, to sell Emma, it's funny, to sell an album. Where someone like the photography studio, I can see your prints behind you, you're not going to sell 30 to 50 to 60 images. You're looking to sell 5 to 10 really key ones. And it reminds me of Belinda Richards from Frog Dodge Studio. You know, you're not looking to sell a lot. You're just looking to sell 2, 3, 5, or 6 really nice ones, really good ones. So it depends on the business model you have. It depends on how you shoot. It depends on how you present it. It depends on what you do, in a nutshell.
And Lauren just asked, does anyone display pricing on the wall with their wall art, or do you just put it in your pricing guide?
So what some people have done is created a little tile, like a little post-it size kind of thing, where you would actually cut out that little square here and put a price on it. Wherever my finger is, put a price on it. And some people actually stick it underneath where the product is. So if you have a studio, and it depends, if you've got a small intimate studio, I probably wouldn't recommend doing this. But if you have a bigger studio with more space and you have 1 or 2 clients come in at a time, and you're giving them a chance to walk around and have a look around your bigger studio space, that's when I would recommend doing it, but not for a small studio. I probably wouldn't do it for a small studio.
Cool. Lauren, just to answer your question, we do, was it Rach? Yeah, Lauren. That little book, it is a BPro book. That was oh, you mean that book? No, that wasn't one of ours. That's a example of a price guide. And whose was that one?
That's Melissa Allegrich's, but we designed these. This is what we designed. So one's an experience guide, which talks about the experience. One's a product guide that talks about the products specifically.
So can people hit you up after to discuss?
Yeah. I'm gonna show you how you use stuff like this, which is the whole selling artwork part at the end. Perfect.
Rachel, in regards to the products and the details about the products, we do run other videos that go more in depth about that. But if you've got any questions, a lot of those are in the support hub, or you can ask us directly. So yeah, basically, just reading some of these questions.
All right. Don't worry about the questions. Let's just fire into designing this space. Otherwise, they'll be asking questions forever and we'll run out of time. That's what the support hub's for, people. Use the support hub. If you've got a question after this, just contact BPro. Otherwise, we'll be here listening to people's questions the whole time. So let's move on. let's dive on in. I want to design a studio space, and Danny sent me everything. So there's 8 steps. The first step is what we just spoke about, choosing the product, right? We've just spoke about that. Choose a product to suit your style and to suit everything else. Without having your chosen products, you can't design any studio space or getting samples because you don't know what products you want to sell. Before you go crazy and start ordering products and samples, make sure, I'm using Melissa's everything here, make sure that you have a really nice price list and a guide that you understand, and that is what you're going to use for your clients, because whatever you order on your wall displays needs to be able to be read on your price list, which also needs to be in your booklets and the website. So before you order anything, make sure holistically you kind of go, yes, I love these products. Yes, I've cost them out. Yes, cost of doing business and cost of goods, it makes perfect sense. Because if you're trying to sell a metal print, a 20 by 30 metal boxed print, and it costs you $250 and you're selling it for $300, that is a very bad idea. Don't do that. That's really dumb. All right. So there is a general rule of that 10 to 20% cost of goods, depending how experienced and confident you are, is depending on what you do. That's a whole nother conversation with creating a price list. But choose your products in the first place. Now, when you have your products, you've chosen your wall collections that you like, you then need to go, right, I've got limited wall space. What am I going to display in my space? Or if you don't have wall space and you shoot on location, what am I going to do to take on location and to show clients? To put in the simplest kind of terms, clients will only buy what they see. If they don't see it, they won't buy it. Very simple. So if you are a location photographer, what I would suggest straight up is what we spoke about first, Teeden, is get the album, get yourself a box, and get yourself some wall samples of each product and of each product that you're trying to sell. Comes with a warning though, because you might go, oh, you know what? I only need a little one to fit in the car because that'll be easy and it'll be easy just to kind of take around. The issue is people buy what they see. So when they look at this and they go, that's a 10-inch circle wood print, and they'll go, oh, that's pretty big, isn't it? It's like, no, it's not. So just be careful when you take products on location. As much as it's easier to take smaller stuff, it's annoying to take bigger things, but people buy what they see. So I recommend taking things on location that are around that 20 by 20, 20 by 30 inch print size. So think of it, if you've got a 4-wheel drive or an SUV or something like that, get towels and cushions and all that kind of stuff that you should be able to stand up the product and slide it into your car and line them up like pizza boxes without it taking up too much space. All right. Then after the photo shoot, you've got products that you can show for your clients. But if you have the luxury of space, now's the tricky bit, right? The tricky bit is that people need to walk into your studio space and fall in love with something. And it's like, but what do you choose? Well, there's a few some things that you can choose. The some things are the images. So you need to look at your genre that you're shooting. So Danny, in your case, if you're shooting the specific genres in your studio, pick those genres as wall displays. But also too, like Emma Zealy, if you're photographing all your newborns and sitters and cake smashers in your studio space, you also want your family genre of outdoor photography, because you want to start implanting into their heads that this is the newborn stuff, but when your child turns 1 or 2 and starts to walk, we're going to be photographing this stuff. So you kind of use your walls as this is this shoot, the next shoot is this one, and then after that shoot, we're going to do this one. So choosing the genre is really important. The next 1.3 is choose the style. Do you go black and white? Do you go color? Do you do everything in that? I'm looking behind your head. So if you go the photography studio, you've got your black background, you've got your white background. Like, you need to make sure that you've got your variances in what you're shooting and your styles. Because if it's all black and white, people are going to go, well, I don't even like kind of black and white. And then they're not attracted to anything. If it's all a certain color and style, like at the moment, this one's a really key style with this whole, what's called boho-y, yellow, brown tinge everything. If you don't like that style, you've lost me straight away. I don't even like it in the first place. Now, they would ask the question, well, you wouldn't be the client that I'm looking for, but you get the idea. Like, if you've got variances in shooting styles, you need variances in what you show. So that's the tricky part first, the genre and the style. Number 4, the layout. You can't show only storyboards or only collections. You need to show a mix of different things, because you need someone to walk in and go, oh, I love that storyboard with all the images in the one frame, or I love that hero piece with the 4 images either side. Like, you need to have the right layout to suit what you shoot, and so that people can choose what they like. So Joanne, behind you, I see the Gallery 9 that you've got, but you've also got some hero prints. So people will either go in and go, I love that one single hero shot, or I love the story that you tell within the album. Within the wall art, it's really cool. So then you've got to look at your walls and go, right, I don't have a lot of space here. How do I make use of what I've got? That is a great question. So Danny, let's design your studio space. So Danny's volunteered her studio look and feel, and we're going to have some fun with this at the same time. So Danny, you can unmute yourself so we can have a chat at the same time, which I actually think she's on the phone. But anyway, so how do we do this? Hi, welcome back.
Sorry.
So how do we do this? How do we actually design the space? Now, Danny's drawn a picture, which is interesting. I'll try and make sense of what we've done here. So what you need to do first, you need to draw the floor plan. Now, the floor plan, in your case, is a box, right? Like so. Now, with your shooting, so Danny, I need you to let's go into a corner of a room so I can actually envisage what you're doing.
It's a bit of a mess. All right. So I need to get this way, don't I?
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
so
perfect.
this is where they enter.
So wait, window is here.
Yeah.
Do we have any space beside the windows? Yeah, we've got a tiny
yeah, there is on both sides.
Right. So
they enter through those doors as well.
Okay, so they enter through the doors. Then we go that way, where you've got a couch where you shoot. Right.
So this is where I. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I
so
shoot.
then we've got a table. We have a couch.
Yeah.
Do you actually shoot on that couch?
Yes, I do.
So that's your shooting wall. So we can't go near that.
Yeah.
Now,
I've got space here though.
Yes.
So I've got. Oh God. Where am I going? All right. So I've got a desk in the corner, like where I sit.
You've also got another desk here.
That's tight, like.
That's okay. We can use all spaces.
All
right. And then behind you.
So between my couch and my desk, I have maybe a meter that I can use.
Yeah, I've already got that one.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Then you've got your cupboards.
My cupboards.
But then you've got a little wall space.
And then I've got a wall, which is, I think, about 1.5 meters.
And you got a wall here. So that wall is actually smaller. And we've got it here.
Yep.
Cool. And then you've got doors.
And I've got, double door there.
Yeah.
And then I've got a whole wall here.
And you've got a
little box.
Yeah. So we're going to go like that. And we've got this little box here.
Yeah.
And we've got a wall there. And we've got a couch here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where do you have your albums and boxes? And
my albums are just on my table. So I've got this couch is where the parents sit, and I've got a little table, and I've got 2 different albums.
That's right. If you show me towards this door, this wall here.
All right. So that wall.
Okay. Does that door open flat now, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. There's a bit of a gap.
Ah, perfect.
So if I open it, I've got a shelf behind it, so I can open the door all the way.
A little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we need. That's all I need from you, Danny. That's awesome. So as you can you see my little drawing here? Think of it like a flat pack. Think of it like a pizza box that we're opening up. So that's your flooring. So we've really got one wall here, one tiny wall here, a bigger wall here, a decent wall here, and you've got kind of a little corner here as well. So this one here is going to be that. And then you've got these 2 walls. Okay, now we know what we're playing with. So how many collections can we really fit in this space? What's your key wall? Your key wall is above that couch. Your other key wall is number 1 over here, and your other key wall is this here. So really you've got 3 really good size spaces to play with. Now, I'm not going to go on your price list, Danny, because I don't really know it, but going off Melissa's price list with what we've got, I'm going to go, what's her most popular collection that she wants to sell? And for me, it's the 5 set. Well, the 5 set for me is that's my go-to. That's the one I want to sell. So I want to put the 5 set above this couch. You know what? I'm going to change colors just for you guys so that you can see what I'm doing. How big's that space behind you, Danny, as a guest?
Oh,
Making her work.
about 2.5 meters.
2.5 meters.
Yeah.
Anyone quick with maths? 40 inches plus 14 inches plus 14 inches is 68 plus 2 inches in between is 72. 72 inches in centimeters.
71.
72 inches in centimeters.
150.
180 centimeters.
180, 1.8. Okay, so we've
Yeah.
actually got a little bit of space here. So because we are limited on space, I'm actually going to put 2 things in this space. So I'm actually going to move the couch so it's centered above the product though. So that's one thing that you need to figure out which way to go. In this case, I'm going to go this way, just because I can. All right. The reason why I'm going that way, because now that is one of my collections is now there, which means I've actually got another space here. So what I'm going to do, that is going to be there, and I'm going to put a big hero shot, a circle hero shot in a torn edge right side by side, because I don't want a gallery 9 collection beside my other collection, because now it's too busy. There's too much going on. So I want to do the 5 set and then a hero shot. I'm going to jump on this side. This side is my other favorite collection that I want to sell all the time. And you said that wall is 2 meters as a guess. I can actually fit that set there, which is a 20 by 30 and 2 20 by 16s in that space. So now I've got 1 set, 2 set, hero piece, and I've still got 2 walls here. This wall is not a big wall. This wall is pretty small. Now, that wall, I'm actually going to put in a gallery 9. The reason why I'm going to put it here is because there's nothing in front of that wall. A gallery 9 is designed to walk up to and look at all the pictures. You don't put a gallery 9 in a big open living area room above a 4-seater couch that's 10 meters away. The pictures will be like this big each and you won't even see what it is. In that case, you want 1 big hero piece. So I'm going to put a gallery 9 here. While I'm also in the mix, I'm kind of going, right, I've got my favorite collection. I've got my 2 favorite collections here. Oh, I've got my 3. I've got a set of 3 here. What am I going to do with a set of 3? What can I fit in a set of 3 somewhere? And I'm like, okay, I've got 2 options here. I can put it on that wall, not the couch wall, that wall, this wall, and go 3 down a line like that, right? So now I've got, out of my collections, I've got 1, 2, 3 collections on the wall. Sweet. Not only have I got my individual collections, I've also got a storyboard here as well, which is awesome. So I've actually got enough there that I need to sell something. Something. I've also got this wall here where we can put something else, but it's not a necessary. It's kind of like it's going to be an afterthought for me. All right. But right now, I want to do my key stuff. So let's just say, now, Danny, you're photographing newborns, families, all that stuff, indoors, outdoors?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So in this wall here, what I would do, so I'm just going to go on my own little tangent here. So just bear with me. What I would do here is I would go, right, that's going to be a, we're going to go, how am I writing this? Newborn with the family, and newborn and dad, and newborn and mum, because I want them to buy a family shot with mum, shot with dad, and I'm going to do it in a frame that's going to be oak with the background like this layout here, because I want them to be able to go, I've just shot this. This is what it's going to end up like. So oak frame in the background, which is my framed option here, which is really cool. Then I'm going to look at this one. This one, where do I write this? Let's just write it in the middle. This one is going to be a boxed canvas. It's going to be a family of what's like the ultimate outdoor family. Really simple, would be a mum and dad and 2 kids, right? Boys, girls, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Family of 4, and it's going to be family in the middle, and we're going to go kids with mum, kids with dad, and then 1 child, 1K, and then 1 kid. Because I want them to know that that family collection is going to be a family collection. You can do 1 kid with mum, 1 kid with dad, 1 kid with mum, 1 kid with dad, and make it really family, but you're just trying to give them an idea. So boxed canvas with a family, and this is outdoor. All right. Then you've got something like these 3 here. These 3, I'm actually going to do these as wood prints. With the wood prints, they're going to be, so these are 16 by 16 inches each, these ones here. So I'm just going to go 3 16 by 16s. Because it's not a big wall that you've got there, Danny. It's you don't want to get too crazy with everything. That's going to be 16 inches, and it's going to be 2 kids plus a dog, because it sounded good at the time. So what you're going to have is a mix of 2 kids and a dog, 2 kids together, kids with dog, kids with their dog, whatever. I just want it to be a kids collection. I'm going to show you the reason why in a second, right? Then you've got this one here. Is everyone still following? You still following? Yeah, you with me? Cool. Okay. Is this helping? Am I getting more questions than what I need to? Yeah, awesome. Okay. This one here is kind of like, okay, well, I've got my newborns. I've got my family outdoors. I've got my kids. Now, I didn't say if they were kids inside or outside. Danny, do you want kids inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you would do is you would actually do inside if you did sitter shoots, because it's easy during the day, Monday to Friday between 9 and 2:30, because they're sitters. It's just children. Yeah. So from a marketing point of view, you could that could be one of your marketing strategies. But anyway.
If they've got a dog, it'll probably be outdoors.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you've got this really cool key hero print here. So because you've got newborn and mum and newborn and dad and newborn and everybody, right? Do you want to do like your typical baby aerial, circle print, torn edge, in a frame, baby aerial? You shoot it every day, day in and day out. And Danny, if you look above, if you move your camera above your head, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go torn edge, because this one is not a torn edge. This is a standard frame. This one's a torn edge. The print's going to be 30 inches to suit the 30 inches that we're printing here, or it's going to be 30 inches in total. And because you've got the timber box canvas with the oak as well, because you like that style, we're going to make it oak as well. And we're going to go newborn twins that you have and aerial. So anyone that you have a newborn baby, now your goal is to sell one of those family collections and a baby aerial. And I don't say that in that bad way. It's just, they're baby aerials. It's just like, it's, yeah, Giovanni, you're with me. It's just like you just, anyway. All right. We're left with the gallery 9 here. So depending on what you target, so if you target more families, right? So if you target more newborns, let's just say you target more newborns. If you've done newborn with mum and dad, oak background, that background, let's do something completely opposite. Let's do this one. Yes, it's a newborn plus the family, but it's going to be a darker background. So you've got your nice and light. You're going to do something darker, whatever your darker background looks like. And it's going to be a 30 by 30, and it's going to be in a frame as well. And it's going to have a mix of images, which looks like this. Here's one I prepared earlier. Get in there. Something like that. See, so you've got mum, dad, kid, baby, all together. Now, for all those people laughing at my poses, I sold this for $2,500. So whatever.
How big is that, Mark? How big is that?
That's a 30 by 30 inch print. The print is 30 by 30.
Oh, but with a frame. Okay, the frame's bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mark, Kate said, what about maternity? And if you did maternity along with newborns, would you put that into one of those collections?
Great option. I would put it here. That's not maternity. Matt, maternity, whatever.
Yeah.
Get the idea. And you just do a hero shot in best product. Because what you can do, and this is the part, I'm going to teach you how to sell this artwork in a second. Oh, we're over time. Wait, I got 7 minutes. Stick with me. Let's just stop there before we go too far. All right. So now what I've also done, where's my little notes? I've done a few key things here that's really important. So now we're like, we've designed the space. Now, just hidden my notes again. Before you do something crazy and you go and spend money on this, here's your next kind of task, because that is good in theory. Now, I want you to grab some brown paper or some newspaper, cut it up to size of what you want, and I want you to stick it on the wall where you plan to display everything. Once you've stuck it on the wall, you will know instantly whether it's too big or too small. Like straight away, you'd be like, whoa, that's way too big, or it's a bit smaller than what I thought, or gee, that looks really big beside that, or that's overtaking this space, or get that idea. That was step number 5.
Yeah.
And then use Fundy, ProSelect, Photoshop, and choose your images to suit your wall space. And before you print anything, just make sure that it's the right size with the right images, with the right collections, with the right amount of color, the right amount of smiles, not too much of the same prints, not too much of the same smiles. Like it's a really good mix of images as well. All right. Then what I've done to sell all this, right? when you're selling the artwork, and when you've got Kate, when you asked about maternity, this is where the fun begins. Let's use purple. I'm feeling very pastel today. So this product, let's just say, is worth 2,500. This product is worth 2,000. This product is worth 2,000. This product is worth 1,500, and this product is worth 750. And this key one is worth 1,500 too. So now what we're doing, right, when we're selling the product, you've got different price points in your studio. And then Kate, if someone wants to buy this collection, but wants to put the maternity photo in here, then you've got maternity, family with newborn, and newborn by itself. You can change the collection to be whatever you feel like. But what you really want to sell, Katie, is newborn with family, newborn with dad, newborn with mum, plus this hero shot, plus a maternity shot. So you want to sell the collection, but you want to be able to go, you can also buy it like this. So in terms of price points, it's got different price points. Then once you've got all that sorted, you need to get your room views, put it on the website, put it into a little product guide like this, so that when people see that, let's just choose a collection. That collection there, right? Whoops. That collection here, that's the same collection that's on the wall. So when they walk in, they're like, oh, that's that. Yeah, that looks sick. I love that. That's awesome.
And a good idea to use the same images if you can as well, so that they can easily pick that that is what that is.
Exactly. And then you've designed your studio so it doesn't matter who walks into your space, they're going to either love the image, love the collection, the layout, love the product, or love the style. What they choose is what Fundy and Pro Select and designing stuff, you just whatever. So what you might find, they go, I love this collection and I love the product, but can we do the family outdoor photos in it? And that's when you jump around. And I'm done.
You did have one more, number 8, just in regards to, it starts with the website, phone call.
Yeah. So when you have, like, you've got to have your products on the website, your room views, your collections, your layouts, your video of products, the photos of the corners on the website. You've got to have all of this stuff. I was speaking to someone yesterday, he's a brilliant photographer. And photos are amazing from Sydney, but she's just not selling products. She has products on the website a little bit. It's not in her socials. It's not the first and foremost. It's not what she talks about. She's very much a digital file photographer who's hoping to sell products. But if you put products first and foremost in front of your face with wall art, collections, social media, check out what my clients picked up today, check out this beautiful frame that's going to their forever home and all that type of stuff, you're going to start to get people that go, oh, I love that. And when people come to your studio for the photo shoot, have an easel with a print set up with a ribbon on it, as in like Rossetto family, you know, like this is what people buy. So when people come to you, so there's some studios who, and I know who do this quite well. And Danny, I'll take a photo of that and send it to you. She's like, just don't rub out that whiteboard. Who actually on purposely leave all their client orders all in their studio just stacked up. Because when people go, wait, $1,000 for that, and you're like, yeah, check out all these people, they loved it. So it's a good little push in the right direction too. So choosing wall art is fun. It does your head in. I will warn you, it does your absolute nut in. But don't feel like you have to order everything in the one go. So Danny, in your case, if I was you, I would go, right, what do I want to sell? I'm just going to order the 5 set, that collection, and a gallery 9, because you've already got some stuff around your studio that you can fill in the other spaces.
And that 40% discount that we offer, that's up to $1,000 per year. So if you wanted to, use $1,000 worth of product the first year and then add to it, we reset that each year, so you can do that again the following year. But we're actually going to be at Industry Night, which is Wednesday the 9th, as is Mark. If you wanted to come along, if you're already booked in, that's awesome. But we will have a range of these products for you to touch and feel and look at if you can't get a chance to come into the showroom. So yeah, Industry Nights, come along and have a little look at the products, and you can ask us questions then too, especially those more specific questions about particular products.
Yeah, it's really important that you get to these nights for lots of different reasons. A, you need to socialize because we've been locked up for 2 years.
Yeah.
But get your hands on some products. Go see it. Like my wife, if anyone knows my wife, she's not very easily impressed with any photography stuff because she's seen it forever. Like she's seen every product and every style of photo and all that type of stuff. But when I showed her this, she was like, that's awesome. The metal with the box, she was like, that looks sick. And I was like, yeah, it's really rad. So make sure you get to the night and see the products. If you've got questions about that, just let me know.
Yeah. And Kurt, yes, it is only using your own images. So all we do require that your samples be of your own images as well. Cool. Thank you so much. Sorry we went a little bit over time, but thank you, Mark. You are amazing. You have so much knowledge to share. This was absolutely awesome. Come and see us in Industry Night. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Give us a call or email us. I will be sending out some information to follow up to all the people that have participated today. The $1,000 discount it's on the wholesale price. So we only sell the wholesale price to our photographers, and that is off that wholesale price, yes. Yeah, so thank you so much for everyone for coming. If you've got any other questions, just let us know and we're here to help. Did you have any last goodbye?
No, just hit me up. If you've got questions with anything, just contact me through Facebook. That's probably easiest, and just be like, hey, I want to ask about this, this, or this. That's easy. Easy peasy.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Hopefully we'll see you at Industry Night. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Awkward moment where it's like, do we stay? Do we go? Is she going to hang up?